Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified. I'm Shaveen Bandarnayaka. As you might notice, I'm not in my studio today. I'm actually out on holiday. I thought this is a very good opportunity, since I'm outdoors as well, to answer a question that I get often asked on this very YouTube channel, as well as on the Udemy courses and the Masterclasses that I conduct. The question that I often get asked from students who are getting into the law degree for the first time after their education, after their tertiary education, as well as those who are shifting careers from other industries, is how exactly do I retain the subject matter and the content that is there in law? Now, I've said this many a times in different videos, which you can check out in the pop-out banner that will appear just above the right of me, where law is the type of subject that, much like what you might see in the backdrop, it's like an ocean. There is a lot of content, there's a lot that you have to go through, and it is a lifelong learning experience. But what I feel is the most pivotal problem that many students approaching this subject has is how exactly do I retain? Very simply, the easiest way to not just retain, but to understand and to reflect and apply the law to your questions or any scenario that you're presented with is to keep it real. Now, what do I mean by this? More often than not, whatever subject that you're studying in law will have some basis in the real world, be it a subject such as criminal law, for example, or contract law, or even public law and more nuanced subjects such as jurisprudence. A misstep that many students make is they try to theorize and to rote learn or memorize that which is provided to you by your university and other sources that you might encounter online. But in actuality, what you should do is to try and have an example for the principles and the theories that you study. Whenever I conduct masterclass sessions or whenever I make courses on Udemy and other platforms, the primary indicator of how students understand the law is when there are examples attached to the principles. So more often than not, when a particular topic is being illustrated, rather than simply suggesting what the law is. For instance, if you take murder, the unlawful killing of a human being with an intention to kill or cause grievous bodily harm, rather than specifically just telling the definition as well as attaching a particular precedent case to it, it is far much better to put yourself into that position, to articulate and think about a real life situation where murder could be the charge that is appended to a particular person. Now, this is true of pretty much any topic and any subject area. And when you do that, the good thing that it essentially creates, or the good mantra that it creates for you, is even at an examination situation, it becomes much more memorable than going through the black and white on a subject guide, on a textbook, or an article. So this was a very quick video that I wanted to put out to answer a common question, and a valid one at that, where many students feel overwhelmed by the content and they are unable to put theory into practice. So just 3 words, a very simple ideology: keep it real. Try to make it so that you have an illustration ready for whatever principle that you learn. Examples play dividend when it comes to your examination context and when you put pen to paper. But until the next time that we meet back in the studio, have fun, stay safe, and obey the law.